Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Lunch with the Shark. Today, Wednesday, August the 5th, and how you guys are doing? What you guys are doing? We're in the middle of the week. I can see the weekend from here, and it's a nice day here in San Diego. I hope you guys are having a marvelous and great week. And we've lost track of time. For several months, we've been in this sort of pickle, to call it a way, of the COVID pandemic. And what are you doing daily? Do you have a routine? Do you have a schedule? Do you do just whatever the hell you want to do? Are you keeping track of your wins? Are you keeping track of your just spending or wasting time? Because in business, if you're wasting time, you're not making money or generating revenue. In business, if you are focusing on little petty things, you're just creating more work for you instead of focusing on the big picture. What's the big picture for your company? Do you want to keep an amazing branding? Do you want to keep an amazing social media? Do you want to keep an amazing website? Do you know that those three things that I just said might be costing you clients? Because you're not focusing on the big picture. You're not focusing on what is important. What's important to generate revenue? What's important to grow your business? What's important? The bottom line. Bottom line is important. So in the middle, which is the expenses, you need to keep control of those. Okay? The bigger the revenue, you have to control those expenses in the middle. You have to focus on the bottom line. The bottom line is going to increase. But if you're focusing on petty stuff, if you're focusing on those little things on the how, you're just wasting money, you're just wasting time, and you're just wasting everybody else's efforts. What you need to do is you need to focus. You need to develop a routine. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it hard to balance work I need to do with my family and personal life as well. Are you focusing on your personal life? What are you doing in your personal life? I want to share with you 3 tips on how you can start to manage your time working from home. Do you know, and I think we said it, that Google has approved or authorized or extended, let's call it that way, extended the home office procedure and policy until next year. I think everybody at Google campus, it's going back to the office, a small portion of them, until August 1st, I think, or August 31st of next year. Next year. So one of the first things, or one of the first tips that I want to give you is develop a daily routine. Routines are, to a point, are good. Okay, routines, everybody should have a daily routine. Mine is, I actually wake up around 5 in the morning, 5:30ish, and I turn on the TV, and I just see a 10 or 15 minutes abstract of the most relevant news that are on the TV. And I actually get it from either CBS or NBC. Any of those two are a little bit into the center of the political aisle. I don't want to see Fox, or I don't want to see ABC. They're very unbalanced. And what I do is I try to figure out, or I try to listen to those news but mostly for local information as to what happened in my community, what's happening in San Diego, what's happening in the region, and how's the weather going to be. That's it. After I listen to those news, because mostly those are from previous night, 11 o'clock edition, I see them, and sometimes I fall asleep and I don't see them, so it's okay to listen to the news from the previous day, because I don't think that there's going to be new news at this early in the morning. After that, I actually get on my phone and review newspapers, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, to see how things are going in the business arena, the economy, what's going on, what's going down, what some CEOs have said, what some CFOs are doing. And then I hop onto my Facebook to review any comments, any posts, see what my competition is doing. And I mean their programs, their advertising, their marketing, their messaging. What is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What is it that they're doing that we are doing that we can make it better? And then I hop into the shower. That's around 7-ish. And I get down to my office, and which is a little nook here at the breakfast room. Not before I have one of these mugs. It holds actually 22 ounces of coffee, believe it or not. This mug was Gilberto, my brother, gave it to me from his last trip to, where do you think? To Disneyland. And because it holds 22 ounces, I love it. I love the mug. And the first thing I do when I sit down here in front of my computer, it's actually review my to-do list for the whole year. I review what is it that I need to do to achieve my goals. I review my metrics on cash collected, revenue, new clients, future clients, where things are. Listen, that's what I do. I don't go immediately and check my emails. We have a policy at Invictus that we check our emails at noon and at 4. If it's urgent, okay, there's somebody else in my team reviewing those emails. And if it's something urgent, they send me a message, or the client calls us. When a client calls you, it's urgent, okay? They're going to refer to the email that they had previously sent, and they're going to say, oh, I just sent you an email. I said, you know what? I don't check my emails. Let me check them right now. I check the emails, but just for that client, because if I start checking emails, generally emails are fires that you need to put out for somebody else's. They're not your fires. Okay? They're fires that you need to put out for somebody else. So generally, when we review those emails at noon or at 4, 5-ish, some of them I do reply immediately. If I've spoken to you previously, I just reply to, as per our conversation on the phone, this has been resolved, or we are sending you this, or whatever action it's to be done. Now, and this just happened moments ago before I went in, and sometimes your messaging does not get across properly, and you need to say it in other words. I've been telling to this client, hey, you know what? I have daily meetings at noon. I have daily meetings at noon. And he's now used to calling me around 11-ish. And I had to tell him today, you know what? You have a very accurate time to call me. And here it is. Every day at noon, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I go live on Facebook for hour and a half. I'm answering your phone call as a courtesy. This is what we're doing. But yes. Send me an email. The first thing I'm going to do, what you need to do is clarity. Your brain might not be connected, and it's usually not connected to your mouth. What you're thinking, it's not what's coming out of your mouth, first of all. Second, what they're listening, it's not what their brain is analyzing or it's understanding. They're understanding what they want to understand. You don't answer my emails. Well, but we spoke on the phone. Oh. But you don't, but we did it. Oh. But you did it. But we do that. Oh. So clarity. Okay. So that's my daily routine in the morning. I actually meditate a little bit. I actually thank the universe and thank the God that I believe in for another day, for the shelter that I have over my head, for my family. And you need to be grateful. Grateful. You need to be grateful. You need to thank the universe. You need to thank everything for anything you have, good or bad. Life is not just pink. Life is not just happy moments. Life is bad moments and amazing moments and intermediate moments. I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about failure. We are so afraid of failing. Listen, we are so afraid of failing that we don't move ourselves and position ourselves for failure. If something goes wrong and you believe it's a failure, what you need to do is you need to change your mindset. And we've spoken about this. And I was actually having a conversation this morning about mindset. That we were focusing mostly on the house. Stop focusing on the house. Okay? Focus on the big picture. Position yourself for failure, and you're going to learn faster. Every single coach, mentor talks about this. Everybody, if you want to move forward, failure, I'm telling you, it's in your horizon. The only difference, it's going to be that the way you take, assimilate, and achieve from that failure. That's the only difference. There's nothing else. So I position myself for failure. How do I do that? By sending certain emails to other people, approaching people that are, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm sure that it's going to be a no. The no, it's already guaranteed. What if they say yes? The no, it's not, it's guaranteed. I remember that a good friend of mine, Ramon Gonzalez, hey, what's up? When we used to go out to a bar or something, he would always be trying to hook up with somebody. And he had this theory. And he said, you know what? Out of 100 women that I would ask out or ask something to her, one is going to tell me yes. I have 99% failure rate. But he knew that. He was aware of that. He accepted it. He had already mentalized himself that out of 100, one. Maybe the odds were higher, maybe the odds were lower. But his mentality, his mindset was already, I'm going to try. Out of 100, one is going to be there. So position yourself for failure. The faster you position yourself for failure and you fail, the faster you're going to grow. Plain and simple. So do that. By following your morning ritual, it will help you get in the right mindset. Listen to this. In the right mindset to make sure you are focused on the most important tasks. Okay? Have a to-do list. Have a to-do list. After I check my goals, my metrics, my measures, okay, I actually go and review my to-do lists for the day. Most of us, our problems are the most important. I don't care about your clients' problems. That's what most clients will tell you. I don't care about my other clients' problems. I care about my problem. You need to fix my problem. Yeah. Take your turn. I have 70 other issues that I need to resolve from other clients that think that their problem, it's the most important one. That's why you need to be clear. You need to tell them, hey, you know what? Please allow us 24 for 48 hours to reply to your email, or to reply for something, or to give you that information, or whatever it is. It's not like I'm going to drop everything I'm doing just to send you that number. Unless the IRS is knocking your door, yes, I'm going to drop everything that I'm doing and I'm going to provide you that information. Unless you're in court, and not even that, because you should have been prepared. But I will send you that information. And certain exceptions, right? But the exceptions should not apply to everyone. The exceptions should not exist. There's a reason you have procedures and systems. That's what makes everything right. That's what makes a business grow. Do you think that Disney, because you're going to ride a certain attraction and you don't like the seat belt, they're going to say, okay, I'm going to make an exception for you not to use the seat belt on this roller coaster? No, they're not. Every rule applies to everyone. No exceptions. Or the IRS is going to say, well, because we're going to forgive your penalties. No, they're not. There must be a reasonable cause for them to forgive those penalties based on the law. It's written. So if you follow that morning ritual, it's going to position you to focus on your day. Focus on your day. Analyze whether you're a morning person or an afternoon person. If you're a morning person, do everything related to generating revenue in the morning. If not, invert it. Do it in the afternoon to generate revenue. Simple as that. Time blocking. That's my tip number 2. What you're not going to do is you're going to create a schedule of all your tasks and block them out. I'm going to recommend you block out periods of 45 minutes. Okay? Periods of 45 minutes. And every 45 minutes, you either finalize a task or you put it on pause and you go out and clear your mind, stretch out like they do on the baseball game, you on the 7th inning, and you do a stretch out. Okay? If you are on a meeting generating ideas, do it on 15 minutes increments. Okay? So just do a idea, throwing out ideas for 15 minutes, no more. The brain is going to get saturated. The brain is going to get tired. Yes, the brain gets tired. And the ideas after those 15 minutes, they're not going to be worth it, one, and they're going to be repetitive. Okay? If you know your work better in the morning, do you most important and impact things in the morning? I just said it. If you work better in the morning, do the most generated revenue activities in the morning. Okay? You can actually finish your day in just a couple hours and not take 8, 9, 10 hours in the office. The problem that we most business owners we have is we're so used to being in the office. We're so used to being in front of our computers. We're so used to being focused on work that we create more work for ourselves, that it's not generating us leads or revenue. Leads or revenue. If they're not generating you leads or revenue, okay, you're actually just working on your business. In your business. Okay? You're just doing things that you should not be doing. You're doing things that your business assistant should be doing. somebody else should be doing. You should not be scheduling your own things. Somebody else should be scheduling. Even your family time should be scheduled. Okay? You might do that for yourself, but if you have an assistant, have him schedule that time for you. If you're having a date with your wife, with your husband, with your partner, with whomever, have them block that time, because at least you'll know that time is blocked. And second, you're going to have a focus on that task at site. Okay? Same. If you work better at the evenings, do the same. Revenue generated activities in the afternoon. If you have kids and need to homeschool them, block out time for that. Block out time to have lunch. Block out time for personal family time. This gives your family a schedule and teaches them that you need your own time. Okay? You're teaching them at the same time to schedule everything. Respect their time. Respect everybody else's time. Respect your time. Okay? It's not, even though it's not about you, they need to respect your time. Okay? Because if they don't respect your time, how do they expect for you to respect their time? They would actually expect for you to call them at any time. It's like when you're in a meeting and you have your phones out. You have your phones out, right? And let's say that I was here right now. I'm here right now with you, and one of my phones rings. I'm going to say, hey, do you know what? Do you mind? Give me 1 second. Yes, hey, what's up? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. That's not right. That's not polite. Right? I was actually called out by a very good friend of ours several years ago, like almost 3 years ago. And I have it very, very vividly in my mind, because his comment was, you know what? I would really appreciate that during our time, you actually focus on us. Valid point. So now that every time I schedule something with anyone, my phones are actually muted. My computer, it's actually muted, and whomever it's on the other side has my fully devoted attention. Sometimes I don't apply this to my family because of they're my family, but I shouldn't. You should always be present. If it's their time, it's their time, period. Block times. It's going to help you focus. Okay? Number 3, plan ahead. Do you plan? Do you have your time? Do you have your goals? Do you have your planning for the year? It's very interesting because November, December, I get emails from our clients and say, oh, we're having our annual planning meeting. But last year I did this. A couple of clients sent me, do you mind sending me financials for the month of October? We're doing our annual planning meeting. I say, oh, well, interesting. I don't recall you sending me an email like around June, July, asking me for your half year information for your planning meeting. Oh, no, it's because we just hold one once every year. Oh, so you measure your results once a year? Interesting. How are you going to adjust accordingly? Let's say that you're doing really bad, and you know it. You know it because we all have a sixth sense that how we're doing. Are you just ignoring it? Are you just turning a blind eye into it? Plan ahead. If you're planning an annual meeting, plan a quarterly, plan a half year, and plan an annual meeting. It's better to know your results than turn a blind eye, and at the end of the year say, oh, fuck, I should have done better. I should have focused. So before you go to bed, write down the top 3 things you want to get done the next day. It's very simple. Most of us, if not all, we go to bed, and it's a bad habit, with our cell phones at hand. Your cell phone also might have your business email on it. Mine doesn't. I actually eliminated my business email from my cell phone. That's something that you should do. Okay? You're not on the clock 24/7. Some people might send you an email at 10:30, 11, expecting for you to reply. And then they'll call you the next day upset because you have not replied to their email from 10:30, 11 p.m. and it's 7:30, 8 in the morning. Okay, people, we are not all the same. You need to say that. We are not all the same. We might have different schedules. We might have different forms or dynamics. Okay, morning rituals. Okay, the first thing I do is not check my email. Okay, we might have different rituals. Okay, so eliminate your email, your business email from your phone. But from your personal email, send to your business email those 3 top things that you want to accomplish or achieve or do by the next day. This list, only 3, will give you focus and stop from other low important tasks from coming up. And I'm going to recommend you do a list of 10 things or 5 things, and then you review them. And I'm going to almost bet that by the time you're done with that list, your top 5 priorities or your 10 top priorities are going to be changing in priority. Maybe the number 1 you wrote, it's going to become the number 10, and so on. So you need to analyze it with a very focused and objective mindset. It's harder to do than what I'm saying. But once you get used to it, once you create a routine, when it becomes custom to you, it's going to be very easy. Because the top 3 things that are going to pop on your head are going to be generated revenue. They're going to be generated. Okay? They're going to be generating revenue. Okay? The fulfillment or the delivery of the products or services that you are offering to your clients are on you, but on your team to do that on your behalf. You are supposed to be selling. If you don't want to sell as the CEO, move along. Move to the side. Because sales are on you. Revenue, it's on you. Your COO should be focused on the day-to-day operation. You see, you're not a COO. You're not hands-on. Okay? Your COO, it's your management. It's the person who's going to receive the instructions from all the sales department and the head of the sales department and your ideas and your mindset and your vision, and he's going to execute. Your CFO should be adding value to your company. Not just with numbers, mind you, not just with numbers, or not just by saving taxes. Yesterday was very interesting because we were here at the office, at the house, and I was listening to a video or to a webinar that Jeff had here, and it's about this allegedly or supposedly a tax guru, CPA that takes money out of Uncle Sam's bank account and puts it in your pocket. That's the way they grow your cash flow. That's not the way to grow cash flow, first of all. Her biggest focus was tax savings, tax savings, tax savings. Let me do your numbers for tax purposes to save you taxes. Dump every single possible expense through your business. No, don't do that. You're never gonna know how the fuck your business is doing. Don't do that. You need to plan ahead. You need to do tax planning. That's not tax planning. If they're telling you, yes, dump every single expense in your business because it's going to save you taxes. Yes, it's going to save you taxes, but oh shit, I'm losing money. I'm not doing well in my business. Yeah, because you have your life through your business. And guess what? If you get audited, do you think that lady is going to be on your side or into your side going through the audit? No, she's not. No, she's not. Now, how are you going to make decisions on your growth? You're going to say, fuck, I'm selling and I'm selling and I'm selling and my revenue is increasing, but my bottom line, my profits are gone. Yeah. They're gone because somebody is advising you on dumping every single freaking expense to run it through your business. If you don't plan your day, if you don't plan your goals, if you have no freaking goals, or if your goals are minuscule or on the house, how are you going to grow? Do you even know who the fuck you are? You don't. You need to focus on the big picture by planning ahead, by tax planning, by budgeting, by projecting your sales, which is your revenue, by projecting. You're going to plan on a day-to-day basis, but you need to plan also for the weekly, for the monthly, for the quarterly, for the half year, for the whole year, for your next year, for your blah, 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 blah. Last year, we advised our clients on why are you just doing a budget for next year? So you're just basically telling me that it's going to take you one more year to see where you want to be in the next 5 years? It actually resonated with every single client. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Fuck, I'm right. So you just wanting to be in business 1 year at a time? What's your long-term vision? Your long-term vision is a 1 year long-term vision? Fuck, 1 year, it goes fast. You should have a plan for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Are you in business just for a year by year? No, you're not. Dude, you come on. You buy a house on a 30-year mortgage. Your home, your office, if you have an office, it's not a yearly lease. You have a 5 or 10-year lease. And you're planning for 1 year? Does that even make sense? It does not make sense. That list, that plan, it's going to give you focus. It's going to stop you from low impact tasks and focus on your high deliverable impact tasks. Okay? Maybe you say, my day is already full. How do I figure out what is important or not? Okay, very, very valid question. Here are some ways to determine what is really helping your business and what is time sucking. Don't we all have that same thing happen in our businesses, in our day-to-day, on everything? We get our time sucked out. If we actually were to quantify the amount of time that we focus in our business or preparing something for our business, we're going to say, or sometimes we say, fuck, this thing should have only taken me 40 minutes. and it took me all day. Yeah, but if you analyze the whole day, you were on Facebook, and I'll talk about this. So write down everything you do. Write down everything you do. Do a diary and write every single freaking task you do. Write down everything. If you check Facebook, write it down. If you wrote a blog post, write it down. If you call a client, write it down. After you do this task for a few days, take some time to put a dollar sign next to the things that are making you money and check next to the things they are costing you money. You're not going to like the results. Nevertheless, this will help you understand what you need to stop doing to start making more profits for your business. Your time, it's the most costly time in the company. If you're a solopreneur, you're going to tell me I have to do everything. If you were to focus an hour more selling or generating revenue, okay, you're going to generate enough revenue on a month to get a personal assistant, which is going to free you probably 2 to 3 hours a day on those tasks. 2 to 3 hours a day that you can actually utilize to sell. If you were to use just 1 hour of that over the month, remember, we started by 1 hour, okay? Generated the revenue to hire a personal assistant. You free up 4 hours a day. If you use 3 hours of that day to generate revenue, you can actually generate enough revenue based on the example to hire 3 more team members. To hire 3 more team members. Wouldn't that make your company grow? Wouldn't that change your mindset? Wouldn't that help you get to the next phase on your business? Number 2, create a prioritized list. Again, let's write down 3 things you planned from the night before and prioritize them. Can't figure out which is the most important or which is the priority? Ask these 3 questions. Or ask these questions. Does it make me money? Does it deliver to my client? Does it move my business forward? Does it create efficiency in my business? Those are very simple questions. Does it make me money? Does it deliver to my client? Does it move my business forward? Does it create efficiency in my business? Which do you think you should be number 1? The question, if your task says yes to all of this, then it should be number 1. You need to use a critical eye to truly figure out which of these are helping your business. Don't be biased. It's very simple. It's very easy for all of us to be biased towards your favorite client, your favorite team member, whatever it is. If it's going to benefit you, if you don't want to be home and it's keeping you at the office until late hours of night, don't be biased. If you don't want to be at home and if you want to be at office, well, just go somewhere else. Don't be at the office, but prioritize. 4 simple questions. Does it make you money? Does it deliver to your client? Does your business move forward? And does it create efficiency in your business? Number 3, figure out what you can outsource and delegate. Oh, but I have no money. Fuck that. By taking the time to write down everything that you do to start to see what things can be delegated or outsourced. The list that you had on number 2, that you had prioritized, you're going to have more than 3 items there. Out of those what can you outsource or delegate? This can be a difficult process, as you might enjoy a lot of the things that can be outsourced, but to truly grow, you need to focus on growing the business, not managing the administrative tasks. So basically, what this is telling me is that maybe, I'm not saying that it's true, maybe you created your business to employ yourself. Maybe you're not an entrepreneur. You are a business owner with an employee mindset. Oh, I have to do all this. It's my business. Yeah, it's your business. It is your business. At the end of the day, it's your business. Nobody is denying it. Nobody is saying no. But do you want to grow? Oh, yes, I want to open this restaurant because I want to become the next McDonald's. Well, by you cooking, delivering, taking the orders from the clients and delivering the food by yourself and going to buy all the items on the inventory, cleaning the restaurant, and doing everything in the restaurant, do you think you're going to grow to become McDonald's? Yes, but I need to do it because I have to keep You're just micromanaging. You just don't want to grow. You just want to be, you are a self-employed individual. That's it. Right? So it is hard to delegate. It is hard to outsource because you want to keep control of everything. But growth, it's painful. Growth, it's actually delegating and outsourcing. So I hope this tips and this information helps you on focusing on your day-to-day operations, on your morning ritual, on how to manage your time wiser, on how to focus on revenue-driven activities versus on petty little things in your business. If you're interested in having a conversation with us, book a 15-minute consultation with my team or myself, invictus-advisors.com/shark. And I can assure you that you are going to get tons of nuggets, a lot of value from those 15 minutes. I'm not going to be able to fix your problem or pinpoint or dial into your issues, but I can assure you that at least we're going to try to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medications, I'll call it like that, to help you achieve better results in the short term. Okay? I'm not promising that your business it's going to survive. I'm not promising that your business it's going to flourish immediately. You have to put in the work. Okay? You have to put in the work. I can analyze it and I can tell you based on my perspective and the information you provide us what the fuck is going wrong in your business. And let me tell you one thing. Whatever I listen or whatever my team listens from that, if it's me, I'm going to be extremely harsh and I'm going to say, if I feel or I believe you are the problem, I'm going to say it straight out to your face, even though I don't know you, but I'm going to tell it to your face. You might not like what I say. You might not like me. I don't care. But I'm going to give you my best. And I'm going to tell you what the fuck is wrong with it. Okay? But at the same time, I'm going to give you a couple of tools on how to fix that. Okay? Even though I'll say you are the problem, I'm going to tell you how to start fixing yourself. Okay? So also, we would love to hear from you on what you think about our shows, what you think about topics that you want us to touch at Lunch with a Shark. This is a video cast, a webcast, a podcast where we're trying to talk to you and not teach you. We're not your teachers. We're not teaching you how to do your business. Not at all. This is not a webinar. We're not trying to teach you. We're just trying to make you aware of different aspects of the business that you might not be aware, because we don't know what we don't know. We might think that opening a business is just as simple as starting to sell. That's the first thing to do. But owning and operating a business entitles a shitload of things. Okay? So send us your information, send us your questions, send us your comments, send us a fuck yous, send us whatever you want to send us through our social media, through our email. Our email is going to be there, shark@invictus-advisors.com. We will respond and we will coordinate a time for you to either to be on the show or to answer your questions. And I'm going to finish today's Lunch with a Shark with a quote from one of the founding fathers of the United States of North America, Benjamin Franklin. He said, "For every minute is spent organizing, an hour is earned." That's very true. For every minute is spent organizing, an hour it's earned. Thank you so much for tuning in on today's Lunch with the Shark. I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you a good day and bon appetit.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.